What up? This is Rama Screen, and in the anticipation of Ultrasound arriving March 11 in theaters and on demand, I'm here talking with the stars of this new film, Chelsea Lopez and Rainey Qualley. How are you, Chelsea and Rainey?
Hey, Rama, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Thank you for taking the time. Congratulations. I watched this film the other day, and it was trippy. It was very mind-warping, very Twilight Zone-y. Let me start by asking you both, what was your initial reaction when you first read the script? What went through your mind? Did you fully understand it the first time around, or did you have to read second, the third time to fully wrap your head around it?
First read was just kind of reading it in an emotional experience kind of way, just not worrying about what was going on, but kind of empathizing with the role I was reading for, Cindy. And then became the logical reads where I was like, okay, what is real? What is it like? What is my truth? What's going on? Is this real? Is this not? And a lot of conversations with Rob before the shoot of just asking questions and not being scared to like not know, you know, and going from there, I'd say. But I was compelled by Connor's writing for sure.
Yeah, when I first got the script, I had a really quick turnaround between the time that I got the script and then I think the audition was due the next day. So I just gave it a quick read through to try to just understand kind of what was happening in the scenes that I was taping and getting an understanding of where I was coming from. And then submitted the audition. Then once I found out that I booked it, I was so excited and also a little bit daunted because I knew I had to really dive into the script. So from there, I just read it a bunch more times and tried to really kind of understand what was happening in the script. And I think it's such a visually motivated film that being able to actually watch it rather than just read it really kind of helped me have a new understanding of the script.
Chelsea, your character, Cindy, goes through a lot in this film. It seems like a very demanding role, both physically and emotionally for you. What was your process of tapping into Cindy's mindset? And what was it about Cindy that resonated with you?
Well, tapping in was just like a lot of journaling in her inner voice and understanding where she was at emotionally and what was kind of honest and true to her experience. You know, and also just building like the arc of it all, just like the beginning, she's in this kind of dark lit house and she's like in an unhappy marriage, and this kind of beam of light, Glen, comes into this house and it's someone from the outside world, which she probably doesn't see a lot of. And so just empathizing with her, and figuring out how I'm like her and how I'm unlike her. And then, you know, imagining those qualities. And then the second question was what?
Oh, what resonated with you about Cindy?
Oh, I love her strength. I love her naivete, her unawareness. Like she's genuinely going through each experience in an honest way. And I love that. I love her emotional capacity and like depth. And I love her brokenness. I have like a soft spot for characters who deal with a lot and who have a lot of weight on them, you know? And I just like really, my heart broke reading about her, or for her, when you find out that like, you know, it's not what it seems to be. And just kind of that depth of empathy led me to her, I think.
Big fan of Love in the Time of Corona, by the way. That was a wonderful little show. But yeah, similar question regarding Katie. My impression of Katie, she strikes me as someone who's not in the loop, meaning she knows what she means to her lover, but in the grand scheme of things, not many people let her in on what's up. Is that a correct assessment of Katie? And what was it about her that connected with you the most?
Yeah, I think like for me, sorry, my cat just keeps jumping over. Yeah, he's a sweetie. I think for me, like playing Katie and reading those scenes, what came to the surface for me is kind of just like this feeling of having a pit in your stomach and knowing something's not right, but not being able to put your finger on it and not being able to articulate what's going on or what you're feeling, and like having the sense that there's just this looming problem, but you can't fix it because you don't know what it is. And I think that like, especially now, that's something that we all kind of can relate to, like feeling out of control and feeling like we don't have an understanding of our own reality, and that can be really scary.
Okay, so my final question for both of you would be this: theme-wise, what do you think this movie wants to convey about free will?
What does it convey about free will? I mean, I think that, as I was kind of just saying, I think we live in a time where, like, of the era of fake news and false realities and manipulations, and we're constantly infiltrated with like vastly different perspectives where people are just so convinced that what they're saying is right. And I think, like, yeah, I mean, I think that the question of free will definitely plays a huge role in the movie and in our everyday life. And I don't know, I mean, I think the most important thing that this movie, or really any story, can do is kind of like create conversations and create kind of curiosities within your own mind, and just like having conversations after the movie where you talk to someone about like what it meant to them, what you think happened, whatever. Just like like having those conversations, I think is so is like the best part of watching the movie.
Chelsea?
Yeah. I'd say for me, just like, free will is kind of subjective. This film brings up that theme of like, just kind of, you are what you know, right? And so, and what you educate yourself on. And so there is like, I've said in one interview once, it's like kind of like, some schools teach that like Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. And then as you get older and re-educate yourself, you realize there's a different story and narrative at play. So I think that like, even people who are sucked into the fake media and the fake news, they believe they're doing good and that's their point and they stick to it. And there's just kind of like, this movie, I think, takes a subtle approach on like questioning what you know and questioning what truth is and questioning, what really is true for the collective, experience. Like each character in this film is, has a different perspective, but like the whole narrative, I think, like can be agreed upon that like manipulation and power is at play for the wrong reasons. Yeah.
So, all right, for my fans at home, everybody go check out Ultrasound, arriving in March 11th in theaters and on demand. Chelsea and Renee, thank you for talking to me, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.